Welcome. This is a self-reflection channel. We've asked 3 people a self-reflection question to be vulnerable, to allow you to have the opportunity to see yourself and not be alone in this journey of life, and have the opportunity to grow. Let's begin. Do you accept you?
Do I accept me?
It's taken me a long time, but I think I'm getting to the point where I can finally accept me. So,
What's been the hurdle?
It's taken a very long time for me to accept myself, but I can confidently say now that I do accept myself.
That's definitely yes and no.
Okay. So talk about it.
growing up on like social media, I'm 19, I'm a Gen Z.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay.
I grew up on social media and I see like people that I perceive as so much better than me.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll look at them and I'll see so many good things in them and I'll be like, well then why don't I have that in myself? Something must be wrong with me. I must be missing something. I'm not whole. So then I try.
I'm not what?
I'm not whole.
Whole. Okay.
So I couldn't accept like myself, good and bad, for the longest time because I only saw the good in other people for so long through social media. So recently I've been like trying to go on my phone less and trying to be away from my phone. Clearly it's not working. I still have to bring it with me everywhere, but I've set like, you know, I can be on this app for this much amount of time, and then I will like, I've been trying to find hobbies outside of my phone, so I started like journaling and writing and playing instruments and stuff, anything to just get me off of social media, and it's made me feel so much better because I'm not just like constantly filling my brain with all this fake information and fake stuff and like perfect, or people that I view as perfect.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really been helping just finding myself and finding what I like and finding who I am. So I'm working on it.
Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing.
It feels like ease. It feels like self-love. It feels like confidence on another level. I literally would say I didn't accept myself until probably, again, 2 years ago. That's literally when my whole life changed, around 2 years ago. And that's when I would say I really was going on that journey to self-acceptance. And I found that accepting myself for me just looks like I said, being super confident. I'm not afraid to voice how I feel. I'm not afraid to say what's on my mind. I'm not afraid to do the things that make me happy. I'm not afraid to do anything that feels good to me, because I feel like we can get, a lot of us may be raised or it's learned in school, wherever, that other people have to approve of certain things, that we have to get other people's approval, or someone else has to be doing this thing before it's okay for us to do it. And true acceptance to me of yourself looks like, I don't need anybody to approve anything that I'm doing. I don't need to look to see if that's what other people are wearing. I don't need to see if this is something other people have done before. I can just confidently trust what's on my heart for me to do and do those things.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
I think there's a lot about myself that I do accept. You know, I love myself creatively. I love the way I can communicate and engage with others. I think there are a lot of things that I don't really like about myself, or at least don't accept about myself, and that I'm really trying to work forward with. I think with spirituality, that's something that I'm like really just trying to work on. I think I grew up in like an environment where like just all religion was pretty much not accepted and all spirituality was, like put under that boat of organized religion. So it's like, just stay away from it at all costs. And it was really weird to like live like that for a very long time and pushing away any thoughts to myself that I wanted to be more spiritual or connect with myself or whatever that means to me. And that's been something I've really been trying to work on. And even more recently with that one specifically, my father, who was an alcoholic my whole life, very recently became super, super sober and found God in Christianity. So like complete turnaround. He was an atheist his whole life. And like that was just, and he was gone out of my life for a long time. But all of a sudden, like a couple years ago, he like comes back. He's like, hey, I found God and now I want to talk to you again. Right? So that's been very jarring too. I'm like, okay,
huge.
It's huge. And
That's
like,
huge.
What's also crazy about it too, then I see from the rest of my family looking at him like, well, like, why is he like making excuses about like finding God or this or that? When I'm over here like, well, he found something. He stopped drinking. I didn't think that was possible, So like, it's been this weird like push and pull about like how I feel like I'm allowed to engage with my spirituality, especially now that like I'm seeing it work for somebody that literally has my blood, like it's been in the family, so to speak. So I think that's something I'm really trying to work on accepting about myself, is like how I engage with spirituality. You probably saw I walked in with two people. They've been really helping me connect with spirituality recently. So
Okay. So, your response to your dad taking on embracing spirituality and embracing Christianity, seeing, embracing that door. And you didn't, I would imagine, at least me, I would think anger.
Yeah.
Was anger there at all, or what was there? Or it seems like it was acceptance. Or can you explain that to me? What was your reaction?
Anger was for sure there, because also like you treat me like this your whole life and you just expect to like walk back up like, oh, everything is fine and okay, God has a plan, my plan was to come back. Like, that's infuriating. And like, I don't know. And I think a lot of my first thought was exactly what my family was kind of like pressuring me, is like, he's hiding behind religion to like, like pretend he didn't do any of these things. But I think interestingly enough, so he invited me, I think probably about 5 months ago or so, I started going to church with him. I don't go every Sunday, but like the occasional Sunday. And it was kind of like incredible to like see, because he was saying all of these things that like nobody believed, but then like I walked into this space. It's like a congregation of like 20 people. It's pretty small. Like, I went the first time and the pastor met me, and then I went again like 3 months later, and he was like, hey, like I know you've been here before. So like just very kind faces. Like all of the things that he like started preaching about, like I went and like I was like, oh, this guy's like talking about loving one another and like organizing support and like this and that. And I went in, and everyone like crazy. Everyone had great things to say about my dad. I was like, do you know how many DUIs this guy has? Like, are you kidding me? But it was crazy, because then I also got to see like he started connecting with a sort of community in a way that like, if he just tried to start connecting like that with me and like my mom and my sister, like it wouldn't have worked. Like he almost kind of got some kind of practice and definitely guidance out of the situation. So I think a lot of like the things that he was saying to me that were making me angry, once I gave him a chance and saw where he was coming from, I was like, oh, like he's actually making a lot of progress right now. So
I think that's a lot of love and a lot of patience.
It's a lot of patience.
A lot of patience.
Yeah.
And I think that in your exploration of yourself, with that same amount of patience, I think your answer is very near you.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I think.
I think that's good advice.
I think. So, thank you so much for your answer.
Yeah, of course.
Thank you for watching. If you would like to begin or continue your journey of healing through impactful questions and biblical meditation, we have developed a book to do just that. If you would like to begin one-on-one coaching or learn about our group offerings, please fill out the survey link for that in the description, and a member of our team will reach out to you. If you would like to answer questions and be a part of a future video, there's a link in the description to reach out. So with that, let's grow.